Truck repair begins. This lower control arm, it died, and this weld held to get me to here. Fun other thing that happened is you see this is the bottom of the sway bar link, and it got so hot when I welded it that it pooped out a little. So now we have to change this, and this thing is a torsion bar suspension, so this rod is torqued or twisted with enough force to then reach through the arm and lift up the vehicle. It's kind of crazy, but that's how this thing works. I have a whole new part, and then I will throw this piece away, and I don't know what else. I think I'm gonna leave that on there. The axle nut came off. That's one of the first things that is a barrier here, but all of this has to come off. The steering and the sway bar, the knuckle has to disconnect, the drive axle has to come out. So you're not supposed to just let it hang. So then the shock has to be disconnected, and then these two bolts back here, and the torsion bar has to be untorsioned, and there's this piece that I call the avocado in there, and so I got to take this shield off right there, and we'll show you what's in there. Okay, the avocado. So that is also called a torsion key. Actually, it's called a torsion key. But this little screw there, sort of a bolt there on the right, it presses up on the end of that. And that leverage on the avocado twists this rod with enough force to push down the wheel, to push up the truck, and enough to somehow break this lower control arm. It's on the other side where it's broken. All right, so time to untorsion. And this thing, there's a lot of force going through here, so working on this is a little scary. And retorsioning is a whole nother thing we'll show at the end. So don't forget to mark this bolt on the threads, because that distance, this bolt, how far it's screwed in, actually determines the ride height. So if it's not the same or equal to the other side, then you'll get awful tire wear. And we went through this before because I smacked this thing on the ground once and it got bent, and so we had to have it bent back, but thankfully that's the other side. But yep, mark it. Well, breaker, we have a fight on our hands. This castle nut on the bottom here that connects the control arm to the knuckle is exceptionally resistant to movement. I've sprayed the stuffs, but it isn't going, so we're gonna take a break. I pulled on so hard I thought it was made the whole truck fall over. I did. I know it sounds funny, but it kind of teeters on these jacks, but it's all shaking back and forth. Almost there. The nut. It came off. Alright, well, we did stuff. This knuckle is still on here. It refuses to come apart, so I'm gonna take this top part off and then like bash it out of there, I think. We still got the shock connected. The torsion bar is released, so this piece does move a little bit, but the shock is still attached, so it's hard to move, but it's free, other than the shock. And now we get to fight this thing. And you know, I bought specific pliers to take things like this apart. Now if I can only find them. Well, that took a little bit of work, but the knuckle's off. We're almost there. Now I'm gonna try to force this torsion bar out of this lower control arm. The last time I did this, it wouldn't do it, and we had to get new pieces, which were another couple $100. We'll see. Yeehaw! All right, that was. I was worried about that, and we got the torsion bar out. Awesome. And the little pad came out with it. Okay. And we're almost there. Seriously, almost there. I'm gonna wrestle with it a little. Here it is. Out of this front. A little bit of movement. Ah, it's out. It's out. Well, this is our new part. That is the new A-arm, the piece that cracked. Yep. And disassembly is done.